Today will be the last day of the Last Divinity being on the public beta, the public test train. So I wanna get some more runs in while I can. Hi Katira, welcome. Glad to see you. Anyways, I wanna play some more Wurmkin. I definitely wanna do another Echo Ride run. Hopefully getting a consume build going for once. And then maybe a few runs. Or, well, I'm not gonna get more than like 3 or 4 runs done today, but maybe a run or 2 with Wurmkin allied as well. Anyways, let's start out with an Echo Ride run with a random ally clan, Covenant 25, with the plan to beat the Divinity. Let's go! Okay, we start out with 2 Bogflies and Soul Crushing Guild. Our allied clan is Awoken exiled and we have Wildwood Sap. Certainly happy with having Root Seeds, mostly because it's one of the best cards to have infused on. Yeah. The extra draw and the infused just work very nice. Wildwood Sap is also a consume card, which is potentially important for edge triggers. We're fighting Seraph the Patient as our final boss. Before that we have Double Explosive Daedalus and Rage Fell. Let's take a look at our starting relic. We have Light's Gift versus Sap Tap. Whew, that's quite a choice. We start out with 2 Wildwood Sap, so Sap Tap is immediately useful to us, even though we don't have Restores as our base cards. Light's Gift would help us go for a more aggressive approach. I'm gonna go with Sap Tap. I like the extra draw. Echo Ride with Regen. Repeater, just returning these Wildwood Saps to our hand every turn would allow us to build up absolutely insane regen stacks. The main problem with that right now is that we don't really have tanky units that can actually take that regen and get a benefit from that. Hi the Duke, welcome! There's also Marsh Lord. I'm gonna go with Repeater. Let's see if we can make some regen based strategy work. Maybe taking the money here is a mistake in that specific situation, just because I'm worried that our train stewards are gonna get one-shot by enemies, because we don't have the best backline clearing. Echo Break is all we have. If we take the armor, we might actually not be able to reliably win this fight. Echo Ride has 25 attack. No, we should probably be fine. But we might take quite a bit of damage. Well, that's quite the opening hand. This wave is fine, the next one isn't. The next one is a problem. I need to start getting some echoes, candy up here, so I can actually deal with backliners despite them having armor with echo breaks. This is fine, I don't need to kill that backliner. I can take 5. I need to be able to kill the next one, however. There will be an echo break for 5 and one for 6. Do we even have 2 echo breaks left? We don't. Yeah. No, we can't kill that one, and we can't save our train steward. Which means we need another train steward for the boss. We didn't face any sharded enemies, which is good. But the boss is still gonna be buffed, and we don't have a train steward this turn. The boss one-shots our current unit, so that's a problem. I'm setting up for the echo break kill here. We don't even draw the echo break. But luckily we have the daze, which is enough to win this fight anyways. Nice. That was very scary. I knew I was taking quite a risk there. Bounding Echoes. That is a consume spell, which does compete with Wildwood Sap for the return every turn. But I don't always have to play it. Shard Trap is kind of AoE, especially if it's infused. But the AoE damage is very low right now. I feel like we have to take the Bounding Echoes here. Steel Enhancer, Vine Grasp, Edge Prior. Hi Megatron, welcome. This is not my first Wurmkin game on stream, no. I have played 2 runs yesterday and I think 4 wins on Friday with a couple of losses as well. And all of them included Wurmkin in one way or another. Just because I wanna try out, see what I can do with them. This Vine Grasp is somewhat tempting. Edge Prior, probably not. Steel Enhancer might be a bit too weak, but it would solve our current problem. But so does a Wurmkin banner? I'm gonna go with a Vine Grasp. It's just a nice utility card. I don't think we're into X at all this run. The regen strategy doesn't work particularly well with X or with the units that hatch from them. This unit just has 10 max HP. We would need quite a bit of upgrades to make that really worth it. I don't think the essences are very useful. We could get here. I could get an Animus of Speed just to use for a while. I think I don't want to. We need a unit with a decent health pool. That's why I'm going for the banner here. Upgrade a unit with multi-strike. Okay. Shard Soul Carver versus Kinhost Carapace. Kinhost Carapace is really weird for a priority unit. Because we don't want to play it early. We want to play it like turn 3 or something. So we would need a couple of priority units to make it great. But it could be very decent actually. If we get to that point. Shard Soul Carver, on the other hand, armor seems quite pointless for what we are doing. Kinho's Carapace is just so bad in the opening hand. It costs 2, so we can only play 1 spell. A maximum. Except if we get the Vine Grasp. But that will require us to get a Vine Grasp, like a Root Seeds. And in our 3-card hand, the other cards being Echo Right and Kinho's Carapace. Maybe Bounding Echoes could also help a little bit. So what? This is gonna be a 10-20 for 2? No, that's definitely not what we want, right? If we let it cycle, then it could be better. The problem with that is that we don't have time to let it cycle in these early fights. And later on, we are under too much pressure to really let it cycle. To let one of our priority units just cycle. These both just suck. Yeah, the Carver does have the necessary HP just to get us through the next fight. Because if we don't get one of these, we are just gonna die, right? No, not necessarily. We could upgrade a Bogfly or a Train Steward with some health, and that would do it. That would most certainly be able to get us through the next fight, I think. Shard Soul Carver isn't terrible. I'm gonna take it. At least the essence is gonna be decent. It's a bit of a waste of a multi-strike. I think that one is better on a Bogfly or something. No, I'm doing it. We're going with the Shard Soul Carver tank. Let's see what this unit can do. Then maybe Bogflies behind it. That could work out. Honestly, just infusing the Bogfly into the Shard Soul Carver isn't the worst thing we could do. Plus 5 more health and plus 5 attack per shard. That would certainly work. Twinstone on Wildwood Sap is quite good. Assuming we manage to cost reduce it relatively early. Probably around there. That would allow us to get tons of regen, but I'm not sure if tons of regen are even viable as a defensive option. Certainly not on a Shard Soul Carver. We need something with higher health than that. Upgrade a spell to gain intrinsic. Honestly, that might make the most sense right now. Just have regen from the start. That also means Echo Right can be active right from the get-go. Yeah, I want the unit draft. This floor is capacity reduced, do we care? I don't think we particularly care. This is gonna be our usual setup. Also, the intrinsic regen means we get to use Sap Tap right from the get-go as well. We definitely want your attack to go up. keep your health up as well with that regen. Whoops, should have used the Bounding Echoes first. That card having infused would be quite good after all. There we go. Can even trigger some more Inspire. Echo Infusion. That's pretty much what I wanted. What I was worried is Shard Soul Carver only having 55 max health for now. And we're gonna need about 80-90 max health at least to survive the final fights with regen. If we don't have like quick sweepers or anything like that. And Echo Infusion can get up to that health. But we might still want to look for some AoE clearing. Consistent AoE clearing, like a Glimmer with Holdover or something. No, that's never gonna do enough damage. We need something better. We would need a Glimmer with like an Extreme Stone. That would do it, mostly. Hi, Mystery Machine. Yeah, the DLC is really, really awesome. It really feels like it more than, well, it really feels like Monster Train 2 instead of just an update, just a DLC. Because there's so much new stuff, especially with the pack chart system. Glimmer, Sting, Sharpen. Probably not Sting, it doesn't really belong in this deck. Doesn't serve a purpose. Except for being a target for Bounding Echoes, I guess. Glimmer is already infused, which is certainly helpful, but well, if we do want to build around Shard Soul Carver, then the infused might be very important. But I just can't see ourselves triggering like Inspire as often as we would trigger something like Incant. Is my main issue here. And then the growth of a Shard Soul Carver is just not worth it for a 3 capacity unit. Like if you compare this thing to something like a Siren of the Sea, then it's really not that exciting. And that's why I really want to diversify my strategy. Having something like a Sharpen might be good though. Shatter a Shell, I'm very much interested in that. The unit essence is nothing to write home about, with just +3, +10 and Slay +3 attack, but it's also not bad. But Shatter a Shell carrying certain essences could be nice. I think we are gonna go for the relic. Hi Amphi! Glad to see you here on a 4-win streak against the Divinity. Not bad, not bad. Was very... Ooh. This is extremely good. Floating Fungus with a regen plan. That might help us win Divinity with it. The 3 cost 3 capacity edge unit sucks. I think that's one of the strongest units from Wurmkin. Like, Seems much better than Shard Soul Carver or Kinhost Carapace, which I happen to see all the time here. Essence mechanic works only when you have Wurmkin as main class? No! It works for everyone. The question is, what do I want to infuse on the Shattered Shell? Is there a good strike effect? Gonna take the gold here. Oh, Fisher. I think I'm gonna go with the co-infusion here. That makes sure we have the HP, and it also makes Inspire much easier to trigger. Maybe we can go for an Inspire deck after all. 4 health on the bomb, that's super annoying. Middle floor being capacity reduced and the bottom floor being so dangerous is a problem here. There we go. That's our second floor setup. Going quite nicely. Our Shattered Shell gets bombed. Maybe I should have protected it, because there are hasters in this fight. But I feel like we can just take them out. Not sure about this Forge Disciple though. Can we take that one out? Worst case, we can always just take the damage. Actually, we can take it out. There we go. Looking okay. Our regen is pretty nice. And damage, oops, also doesn't suck. It's just that we need some time to scale up. Eternal Kinstone. Add a candy that cannot be removed. Untethered Remains. Consume. Gain a candy slot. Fill all slots with candies. That's interesting, but at the 3 cost? That's not what we want, right? Although it could be a trigger Inspire 5 times card. I don't think Eternal Kinstone is really what we want. That would be for a heavy extract build, I think. Wurmkin Spike, probably not what we want either. Although it is a powerful AoE damage tool. Maybe Maybe that's just good. Powerful AoE damage. On like... Played on like the bottom floor. To kill everyone. What would be a comparison to that? Powerful... consume AoE? Is there such a thing? Like something like Holiest Sword? Holiest Sword is 30x. This is not gonna be 30x because we won't have that many candies on the bottom floor. But it can be like 10x, maybe 15x. That doesn't convince me. How do we empty our candies? Better extract cards? I wanna try this out. Steel Singer. A 240 hollow. Summon, gain 80 max health. Rejuvenate, +2 attack permanently. +2, +40, +1 capacity and rejuvenate +2 attack. Rejuvenate +2 attack permanently. If we use that as our Wildwood Sap target, we would rejuvenate once a turn. That's too slow. That's not the deck for Steel Singer. Steel Singer is a once restores. Keeper of Echoes though. Keeper of Echoes is what we can fuse onto our Shard Soul. Keeper of Echoes in general seems a bit better than Shard Soul, although it is 2 cost, so it's usually a bit harder to get out. We basically need energy at this point. Yeah. We are generating additional cards with Echo Rite after all. I kinda wanna look for an Awoken unit to fuse with the Shadow Gel. But is that necessary? I could just use a Bogfly instead. They don't really have a purpose, and that's a nice attack buff on the Shadow Gel. And I really want cost reductions on my spells. Really need those. Let's see what's in here. A Twin Stone. Well, it's definitely time to engage in some pacting. We are gonna keep the Shard Soul cover and infuse the Keeper of Echoes into it. So we gain +5 health and inspire +1/+1. And then we try to really inspire a lot. Be inspiring. Echo Infusion, we have a lot of those, but they are kind of the bread and butter of our build. They are really what makes this build run. Because they are such cheap infused triggers and help us keep our units healthy. On top of Wildwood Sap, we have a few too many defensive layers at the moment, or rather, not too many defensive layers. We have enough defense for a later stage of the game, but not quite enough offense just yet. Is it weird to pick Martial Lord just to have a free tank in front of the Echo Rite so they don't die as easily? Because the attack on Echo Rite doesn't matter to me. I'm gonna go with Martial Lord here. Unearthed Remains, if we want to use that, we kind of need to lower its cost quite a bit. But it's not gonna be important just yet. Not as important as cost reducing these Wildwood Saps. permafrost. Anything that really wants permafrost, Soul Crushing Guild kinda does. That's a pretty interesting way to get rid of our candies, so we can use Unearthed Remains to trigger. I don't want Consume on these Echo Breaks. We have better Consume spells to get back every turn. Now Holdover Soul Crushing Guild would be nice. Now I kinda wish I didn't put the Permafrost on there, but Permafrost Holdover makes the card as flexible as it can be. We can play it each turn if we want, but we can also hold it in hand. The other Wildwood Sap does need a cost reduction. That's for sure. And I also like the Vine Grasp to deal a bit more damage. And as weird as it is, I'm gonna do the Soul Crushing Guild with Permafrost and Holdover. I feel like that card is gonna be a very important piece of the puzzle. The cards I want to cut here are mostly the not the Echo Infusions, the Echo Breaks. They are currently our targeted backline removal. Yeah, let's go with Train Shards right now. The Echo Breaks still have some value to us. Is Twinstone still interesting to us? Of course, it's never bad on an Echo Infusion. It's another trigger of Inspire. We could also put it on the Vine Grass, but I see that as slightly less valuable. It could be on a Wildwood Sap, if we really want to boost our regen. Yeah. Yeah, that just makes too much sense. We definitely don't want another Intrinsic. Spikes 4. We will have to face quite a few sharded enemies here. But I want that artifact, and I think Spikes isn't that threatening for us. In general. This is a great setup turn. The only downside, we can kill the Absolver. I just want to trigger the Inspire. I should have buffed the Shadow Shell. Now I'm gonna take an unnecessary weight of contrition here. This is interesting. We can Soul Crushing Guild and then use Unearthed Remains to recharge our candies. Alright, that moves the enemy to the back line. They're dazed 3. How much damage do we really need on them? Backliner is just gonna die. That's always gonna happen with these spikes. So we do need the damage on that guy to be larger. The damage, not the regen. This enemy will be dazed for another turn on the pyre floor, at the very least, so That makes things a bit more manageable. Yeah, move it to the back really is a problem here. Wait, why did... Oh, it's the intrinsic one. Yeah, we're gonna take 2 hits from that guy. And 3 hits to the spikes. At least we should be able to deal with this one, right? Yeah, I guess we'll just take the spike damage there. Why do all the Clip Guardians have to be the one that get upgraded? Soul Crush this guy, so we don't take additional damage to those things. That was not a particularly effective use of my energy right there. But we beat the boss now. That's what matters. Ouch, that was a rough fight. Oh, yeah, I'll gladly take it. Returned soul. Ambient charge though. Apply consume to drawn spells. That will make it harder to get large wildwood sap stacks. So does Returned Soul, kinda. Yeah, it's still good. Channel Song. That's a card I have been thinking about for a while. It has certain applications with the the 2 cost 1 capacity unit that on summon grows for each candy you have. That would make that unit much more usable, I think. We're lacking damage at the moment, front-loaded damage, not necessarily scaling damage. Channel Song can sometimes help with that. Whew. We'll see. We've seen this event before. Divine Concussive Coals, 100% trigger rate. Winged Indulgence. We don't really need that. We don't really need these defensive benefits as much. What we need would be Forever Flame if anything, but I think we just want the gold. We don't have enough gold to buy a trinket is the problem. There's a small chance we get some gold from the caverns, but nope. There's also a small chance we will find guild marker in here. Lost luggage. There's also notice stone. No, this stone could help us with damage, but it's not very front-loaded. I'm going with Lost Luggage. Lost Luggage improved Firebox combo. Just having that crazy powerful first turn. This card is too expensive. Don't really want Surge Stone. Don't feel like we really want to use Permafrost either. Eternal Stone. Channel Song is another card that consumes, huh? That might be a bit of a problem that I didn't think about beforehand. Definitely don't want consume removal on it. Or none of these actually. Let's move on. Oh, Heaven Seal. How do we not immediately die to Heaven Seal? Yeah, we can't take it. We can't deal with the sharded enemies here. Don't even want to consume Bounding Echoes. I need some regen first. Yeah, Channel Song is not gonna be good this fight. That's just a fact here. There are some spiked enemies here. Just want the extract 3 so I can trigger Inspire a bunch of times. Luckily the frontliner is not shard buffed this time around, so we can actually get the kill with the Shard Soul Carver on them. And then hit the next enemy, the buffed enemy, with the second hit. So that's gonna be very nice. Yeah, we actually have the necessary power to kill them on the top floor. Ah, Channel Song, disappointing. I think it's time for Ambient Charge here. Maybe I should have used the sharpen. We're gonna kill the sycophant anyways. I mean, it's not like we have any trouble winning against this boss or anything like that. Because we certainly don't. Bosses are not our main problem. Definitely not. Broken Memories fits this deck very well. I don't think we need a Wake or even want it. Engraft. Engraft is weird. It's... There's literally no downside to it, but there's also really no upside to it if it isn't infused. I'm gonna skip instead. With the Zap Tap, it will draw a card the turn we play it instead of just next turn, but we won't get the Zap Tap from the regen, so we will have one less card for the next turn, but we don't because it adds that card back. But the effect is just not there. Multi-strike, Shatter a Shell. That gives us better chances to deal with high health backliners. This upgrade might not be worth it. Let's take a look at the Divine Temple. That's an Extreme Stone. Is that useful on anything? Is a True Stone useful? On the Vine Grasp? Might very well be. I wish we had a bit more gold. This rerolled. Oh, I got so lucky there. Not just finding quick, but also being able to afford it. It could have rolled as high as 120. The Shadow Shell needs a way to survive spikes. May I introduce you to Echo Infusion? Bogfly with the Sweeper. Yes, that's ultimately what I wanted to do. Anyways. And I think we don't want these. Okay, I'm feeling pretty comfortable now. The only thing I would like is a bit more damage scaling. Sadly, Razor Sharp Edge is not an option. But there are a few other cards that could work. There are sweepers in this fight. I will need a little bit of extra health on the backliner. How much health do you have? 10? 10 is fine. I mean, with the Bogfly on here, our damage isn't actually terrible. It's reasonable, actually. Do we want to draw at the moment? Yeah, we wanna draw into some Echo Infusions here. The Consume on the Soul Crushing Guild, though. There's unearthed remains. Let's do it. I think this fight is pretty much over now. Oops, I shouldn't steal slays. I have a few cards in this deck that don't really belong here. But other than that, there's not really a huge problem in this deck at the moment. Like, everything's just working. Once our Shattered Shell grows to a high enough attack stat, then we can actually kill frontliners right out of the bat with a quick, which is now a thing. We are very safe. I mean, we are already very safe. With that amount of regen, I would even go as far to say we are extremely safe. Yeah, that backline sweeper is doing a great job here. Another channel song? Nope. Another unearthed remains? I don't think I want a second one of those. Is it draw now? It's not capacity, I don't think we need that. It's just draw. We don't need unit upgrades anymore. Do we want a dupe? What are the best cards in the deck right now? Wildwood Sap is good. Wildwood Sap will probably be my dupe. I'll take the free relic instead. Trader's Quill isn't bad at all. It's actually quite good. Hi Chris, welcome. We're doing a Echo Ride run. Ooh, extra gold. Sure. Doing well so far. Had a bit of a rough time at the start and I was lacking damage for quite a while. But I think we are doing well now. Feels like winter finally. Well, here it felt like winter for quite some time already. We had snow in December. Early December. And we had snow a couple of days ago again. Yep, let's upgrade our pocket tank. And I'm gonna remove that train steward. There are other cards I want to remove. And I... Oh, it's not on Christmas Day. That's nice. We haven't had that in years. Actually getting a value stone on the sharpen. Okay, spikes. Let's see what we can do. Oh, I'm glad it's not the middle floor that got capacity reduced. That would have been horrible, honestly. Would have made things a lot more difficult. Maybe I should have used Bounding Echoes. It's a weird one. Let's trigger the Inspire a couple times. What does this hatch into? Seems like it's too much effort to hatch that. Yeah, sure, I'm gonna use it. And we channel song our backliner into play. They already have enough attack to deal with most things here. But we should just be buffing them. They have multi-strike after all. Well, because the enemies have spikes, we need to keep the health up on both units here. But honestly, especially on the backliner. I will also spread my regen. We do have a lot of regen after all, we can easily spread that. .200 attack? Not attack. Health. In total. Not quite enough to get the slays there. Backliner is tanky enough, it's time to put the defensive buffs on the frontliner now. Just trying to trigger more Inspire here. Well, these actually cost me slays. But that shouldn't matter too much. $290 is a bit too much for us. So I'll just push that guy to the back. And there we go. This should be pretty easy at this point. Forced contamination, I don't think is gonna be relevant. It would be a way to extract, but we are not really going for the repeated unearthed remains strat anymore. Just because we don't have to. Power of knowledge isn't bad. It provides some front-loaded damage, which is actually what we're lacking, so... I'm also gonna take a Pyrogrow. The additional energy might be quite useful. Everything nice is on the same side. I'm gladly gonna pick another relic here. Do we just wanna win? I think we just wanna win. Don't need any of these. I will go for a wing clippings though, because we're not working with edge this time around, and I will cost reduce this power of knowledge once. That's all the gold I'm gonna spend. I'm gonna save the remaining 450 gold, or 450 of the remaining gold for the use in our golden vault, which is gonna be enough to absorb 18 hits. Bounding Echo doesn't belong. Channel Song is... It's 25 coin per hit, no matter how high the hit is. Hi Skeef, welcome! Glad to see you. What's our most powerful card? It's the Wildwood Sap, right? 10 more shards though? We could just dupe the other one is 5 shards. Well, if we dupe any of these, it's the one with the twin stone. Let's just dupe Broken Memories instead. Channel Song is just... not sure what its real purpose in this deck should be, but we included it just for some... to reduce low roll potential, mostly. Echo Ride won't stay alive during this fight. Will there be backline damage? I don't think so, but there will be lots and lots of frontline damage. So we definitely need to make sure we didn't consume any of those. Which definitely has some benefits. Worth more than 1 coin per damage? I mean... Bogfly Harvest. Yeah, that with that deck, with the Bogfly Harvest money deck, we could literally be immortal. Didn't consume again. I mean, I'm not sad about that at all. This is okay. Echo Ride will eventually die. But I hope we can consume at least one card before that. Maybe we can just daze the boss. Then let's play the remains to fill up our... That didn't consume either. We should avoid incanting any more than is necessary. Let's just spread some candy here. Do we let Echo Ride die now? No, I think one incant is worth it. But we still have nothing with that actually consumed. Maybe one of these Echo Infusions will. One indeed did. So now we are gonna get some value out of that at least. I'm thinking about just... using the days on Seraph every turn. That requires us to have some amount of candies on every floor. But then we can just incant without any problems. That's actually... no, that's not enough. It's not infused, right? And we can make it infused this turn. So yeah. We're just going with days. So the extra attack on Seraph doesn't even matter. That's actually quite weak. Spell options. There's also plus 10 attack and piercing. Plus 10 magic power and piercing. There's also plus 30 magic power. Anything else? -1 cost and purge. That's also quite interesting. That actually gets us the Slay on the Gilded Wing with the Shattered Shell. We can't quite gain enough candies on the bottom floor. And we don't have any consumed cards right now. Plus 30 power on the random 5-hit attack is nuts. Yeah, on any attuned card. Really. We have a good amount of candies here. A card that increases your maximum candy is quite interesting. Well, there goes the Seraph. Now on to the True. final fight. Hello, Divinity. But I think this deck has everything we need against Divinity. We have multi-strike sweeper for things like this. We have tons of defense. The only problem is Echorite is gonna die on the top floor pretty fast. Unless we use the Echo infusions on the top from time to time. We need one more candy here, so we can draw. That will help. I'm just gonna give Echorite some echoes. Let's use the remains on this floor though. We need to be ready for the next wave. That one's gonna be quite rough. Could just nuke one of them. How likely are we gonna be? How many candies do we need? I think we have a good chance of just removing them with the Shattered Shell. We just need 2 more candy. That will just happen. Divinity is robbing us, trying to steal our money. We have a good selection of cards in the consume pile already. So let's get a Wildwood Sap and Unearthed Remains back. This is quick kill on everyone. This is it's a bit harder to do on the next wave. But let's get the additional candies here. I could give Echorite regen, yeah. I don't even need that much for him to be fine. So maybe that's something we do. Let's look at this floor though. Highest health guy has 150. We also have one with 140. They currently all die. Backliners die to Shattered Shell. What's your incant? Armor 10? Just you gain armor 10. That's fine. I don't mind that at all. I'm gonna daze the boss because that one's always gonna be able to hit us. Do we have any more candy consumption? We don't. So let's use this. Backliner will need some health as well. Yeah, I mean, just one stack of regen is enough to counteract the damage. The more candies, the better, right? We did get another regen potion. Gonna keep your regen up enough that we don't actually have to care about your health anymore. This Gilded Wing. I guess we just daze them. We lose 15 damage on this. But we don't have... Yeah, we will still have pretty much... Well, almost the same damage. Against those. It's enough to kill the Gilded Wing on the top floor. Apparently not. Apparently we're missing 1 damage. That will do. These guys are spiky. Let's get back the Wildwood Sap and the Unearthed Remains, and then let's start emptying out our candy. Because we don't particularly need it right now for these waves. So we can trigger a lot of incants this turn. This wave we just can't deal with, right? I mean, somehow this Kinhost Papa hatched. Let's eat up our candy and refill it. These units need to heal up a little. I don't really want to play any more Pyrogrows. That gets us another kill. This one will take 25 gold from us. And we get the kill on everyone here. Yeah, I don't want a Pyrogrow. We have enough energy. We don't have quite enough draw though. We still have 11 buffer through our gold, so I'm not worried at all. Let's heal you up a bit. That will amount to quite a lot over time. We can get the Slay on that guy, right? If we play Ambient Charge, we might not be able to. We don't have to play Ambient Charge here. And we don't have candy on the other floors. Our bug died, that's fine. This floor looks like it's already pretty much solved. These guys incanting I don't care about because they die too quick before they can ever do anything. I want my full hand. Oh, actually this is more than a full hand now. Whoops. Could have played the Pyrogrow without losing too much there. We have another remains. Let's use it for another max candy on this floor. And then... Wait! We got all our consume spells back already. I feel like these waves are not scaling well enough. If you survive the first 4 turns of the Divinity, you survive, you win the fight basically. There's pretty much no way you're gonna die to the later waves, or even to Relentless. Like, Relentless is pretty much not a threat because Divinity doesn't have a high attack at all. Like, Divinity is doing less damage than Fel, and depending on the floor you're on, less damage even than Daedalus. So, at that point, if you get to Relentless, you have pretty much won. I think Divinity on Relentless should gain something like Strike plus 10 attack. Or something like that. Maybe 10 per 10 shards you have. Like, because right now it's really not threatening at all after the first 2 or 3 waves. I guess the stealth wave can sometimes be an issue, but you just take the damage usually. Anyway, that has been a very fun run. We definitely used Consume in some way here, but mostly used it to make use of powerful spells like Wildwood Sap and them not being forever gone. Like, the ability to repeatedly play Wildwood Sap with Echo Rite and later with Wing Clippings is definitely one big part of what made this deck work. The other just being the absurd powerhouse that's a Shattered Shell with Quick and Multi-Strike and some attack buffs. In this case mostly provided through the Bogfly synthesis. I feel like Sweepers got a lot more viable, or rather a lot more important in the DLC, because there are some backliners you really want to kill, really need to kill early, and the Divinity fight is basically just all sweep waves, so you really want a quick sweeper for the Divinity. It makes things so much easier. Of course, it's by far not the only way to deal with the Divinity, but it's definitely one of the best ways.